What up, it's your boy Jay Caulfield, and you're listening to Uncovering the Underground Radio with my homeboy Skippy Ickham on Spreaker Podcast Radio, bringing you the best underground music. Holy shit, it's been years since I touched a mic. Still a piece of motherfucking shit. Yo, I'm an asshole. I'm a fuck up. Every fucking thing I say is fucking fucked up. Yo, I guess that I just fucking suck. Damn right. Fuck. Yo. Yup, I guess I'm just a fuck up. I just wanted some love, but I'm getting none, cause I'm an asshole. I don't really care, I think that I'm cool, cocky like a billionaire. I never really learned to shut my mouth. Every single word I say is what goes south. I've got no filter, so there's plenty of pop. Yo, anything and everything is setting me off. What's up, cunt? I never learned to respect. I do what I want. Yo, I'm the worst of the best. I mean the best of the worst. When I'm spreading some dirt. Yeah, fuck your reputation, leave it dead in the dirt. Lost all my friends, I don't care. I don't really give up. I fucked up again. I lost all my friends, I don't care. I don't really give up. I don't give, I don't give, I don't give, I don't give up. I don't give, I don't give, I don't give, I don't give up. Right, once I started making some friends, I go and get myself banned from Facebook again. Yeah, try and calm me down, but the hate doesn't end. I'm an internet asshole, the latest in trends. I'll berate you for your views and point out your insecurities. I hate all that you do, and all of it is learning me to jump up in your comments or get up in your face and tell you since you're different, you're a fucking disgrace. I'm a grade A dickhead, a high class cunt. Yo, I think I'm gifted and fly as fuck. I don't care if you're my friend, cause friends are for cunts, dude. Before you block my number, just let me say, fuck you. I fucked up again. I lost all my friends. I don't care. I don't really give up. I fucked up again. I lost all my friends. I don't care. I don't really give up. I fucked up again. I lost all my friends. I don't care. I don't really give up. I don't give. I don't give. I don't give. I don't give up. I don't give. I don't give. I don't give. I don't give a fuck.
Liquor porn, bitches talking. Back corner of the bar, that's a nigga's office. Hand to hands by the bathrooms, these niggas copping. Hennessy, take a sip while I'm fucking watching. Couple broads with the dick, but I ain't take the offer. Quiet vibing out, I ain't really talking. Learn with old age, that silence is a chess game. Bobby Fischer, Spassky, questions by the album. Writer's block, why'd you ask me? The strains of making classics. It's hard to make one, but after one, they steady asking. So now I'm sitting back, pen and pad for the masses, hoping that a verse take me out to Calabasas. I'm not Drake though. Order another drink. This one I'm gonna take slow. The smooth taste of brown liquor. Yeah.
I've been facing this clown.
Hey yo, Jim, we gonna need to pour another one
Time
for
was
us.
hopes that never
If you don't know,
stop.
this is Jim Beats on this beat right now.
When I
that fat ass. Had a nigga losing sleep, cheating women, secret meets, different women now would eat, yeah. Lifestyle with treachery, wasted time, they'd invest in me. Take another drink, the sound of the ice makes a soothing clink. Deep thoughts bring depression, almost bring me to the brink. It's a lesson that I learned from grief, can't express feelings, and so I feed them to the beats. Yeah, and yo, I feed them to the beats. Hey, yo, bartender, I need a we just started this one off. Yeah, I want to welcome y'all to the Brown Liquor Classics. Well, we got Hennessy on tap. We got it all out here right now. Hey, yo, Chip, we bringing the soul back. Hey, Roscoe, we bringing the soul back, fam.
What am I to do? My mind is
How come this cat does not have $1 million? How does this kid not have $1 million? $1 million. Jesus. Listen, welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. This is Detroit Unplugged. I'm sorry, gang. I was rocking out. That's my kind of hip-hop. That's the type of shit that gets me going. Welcome back to the show, Loc St. Man.
A little recognition is all I want. Microphone check, 1, 2, it's just a little recognition is all that I need. Microphone check, 1, 2, can you hear me? A little recognition is all I want. Microphone check, 1, 2, it's just a little recognition is all that I need. Microphone check, 1, 2, can you hear me now? For 22 years I've been working hard at this craft, and I put everything I got inside of all of my tracks. Blood, sweat, and tears is a given. Years I live in 100 racks. Not to mention spirit, it's all of my energy, thunder cracks. And I find a way to integrate and manipulate the sounds. With the elevated spirit I demonstrate for you now. Why? Nobody in the business catching on to my drift. The fans asking me what the fuck is going on with this shit. They say I'm sick, and if I really gotta give it to them, then I gotta give it to them quick. And I'm frustrated as hell, and I'm wondering what's the gist. Kinda pissed, that big an understatement, let me suggest. If it's talent underrated, then recognition it gets, right? They don't even recognize me. What's wrong with the industry? It's like they don't even like me. They don't acknowledge my existence. Even though I've been at it for 22 years, I persist. A little recognition is all I want. Microphone check, 1, 2, it's just a little recognition is all that I need. Microphone check, 1, 2, can you hear me? A little recognition is all I want. Microphone check, 1, 2, it's just a little recognition is all that I need. Microphone check, 1, 2, can you hear me now? Recognize the work and what it took to write the verse and hook to find the person. Merge crooks that have shook the low, commit words I wrote to get heard the most. What I lost the vertigos, they're gonna be heated when I've been thinking about it, cause I'ma use the abuse as fuel. Defeated without a swarm, I get it, gotta get it. If you're ready to get it, already headed for the duel. Loaded automatic, cause I've had it with a static, so I gotta come out of it with a trigger tongue tool. I'm in a panic and I wonder will the music ever be heard. Not like the fans are running and everybody gets at it, that's absurd. They don't like you. Going over what it is, what it might be, what it look like, what it sound like nightly. No recognition for LSM, and that's trifling. When Detroit Unplugged said I should have been a millionaire for what I'm writing. It sickens me wickedly. They predict and vindict me. Would rather they take a swing on my dome with the hardest of hickory. They don't even recognize me. What's wrong with the industry? It's like they don't even like me. They don't acknowledge my existence. Even though I've been at it for 22 years, I persist. A little recognition is all I want. Microphone check, 1, 2, it's just a little recognition is all that I need. Microphone check, 1, 2, can you hear me? A little recognition is all I want. Microphone check, 1, 2, it's just a little recognition is all that I need. Microphone check, 1, 2, can you hear me now?
I like a lot of hip-hop. There are certain pieces that I like better than
We in the zone. No telling where it's got us going. No going home. Things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah. Tell me how you hype, just say so. Man, I'm living life, I don't lay low. Brought some weapons and I guess I bring a payload. Shocking out of anybody in my way, whoa. Tell the devil I'll be back to get my halo. Till then the motherfucker better stay home. All the power that I hold is finna blow the roof off. Any place I bring a mic, I might take souls. Back up, the shit is real as it gets though. Flow cold, dead nice like a headstone. Rappers popping up, I make them vanish like presto. Stop, drop and roll, I make a fire just to get smoke. Life ain't living it in luxury, nah. But I'm someone they all wanna be, yeah. Guess it's saying that I must just be the next best thing to ever come and touch the scene, whoa. Man, I make a wave like Poseidon. Soon enough, you're gonna see me with the trident. King in my blood until the day I stop rhyming. Which will be never, cause my intelligence climbing. Look, y'all been irrelevant, better settle with bars. 16's off, rip like I'm a veteran dog. I've been better than many, stepping in the middle to spar. I feel a little me ain't literally a star. We in the zone. No telling where it's got us going. No going home. Things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah. Shit go hard, no doubt about that. Power for the moving and we bring it right back. Like I'm just going pedal to the metal in the fast life. Hoping that you get up on the way before a crash, right? Telling me that I'ma get it whenever the right time comes. But they will never be ready for that when I hype my buzz. I've been living alone and I'm feeling like I'm in the zone right now. So close to blowing up like I'm the bomb right now, whoa. Checking for the team get big. We all no doubt been on that heat wave shit. Everything we do is been a banger for your ears. Perfect melodies, we hungry so we eat that shit. Making waves at a rapid pace, I can pass the days. But talking crafty words to the crazy pattern for accolades. We have the greats and that'll be that. I'm just here to have the stage. A rap to y'all what I've written and thought over the passing days. But it's plain and in vain to the whole game knowing that my pain and my game be the same thing showing. With my name be the thing that they all speak, hoping that I say every page, leave no line left open. I'm a G.O.D., you just a D.O.G. I keep my shit low key until the beat O.D. I'm in the Z.O. and E until I throw in the key. Just keep on throwing the heat, they know me, cause we in the zone. No telling where it's got us going. No going home. Things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah. We in the zone. No telling where it's got us going. No going home. Things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah.
Yo, it's your boy Jester the Undead.
And Sam Grimm.
And together we are Sick Fist. And right now, you're listening to Uncovering the Underground with your boy Skippy Ickham.
Yo, crash. Yeah, check it. Yo, I spit that shit that make them girls go off. Spit that heat that turn your cell phones off. Super high fire, bro. Nah, but I'm not a rapper though. Jeopardizing your capital. 9/11, you rapper, so I don't need this sniper to kill you. I find you and slice up your liver while I cipher against you. Fake friends and rogue disciples and missed you. Spent my life through this pencil. For the cost, I make my life so official. Bitches ripping tissue and kicking punches while fisticuffs with ocean conscious. So ridiculous, so obnoxious, no apologies. For kicking teeth that make you fuck or swallow them. Let's take this fucking battle to the collar. See 'em? Fuck boys, all you bitches gossiping. I'm a king, fuck your fucking politics. I make moves just because I'm bored. Watch this. Oh, you rhyme. Oh, you nice. Oh, you spit. Y'all got me laughing at you like, oh, you spit. You swear you sick. Oh, you wanna collab. Y'all got me laughing like.
Why does everybody think they're ill? You hardly sick. Their flu is the trick. I'm bearing news that you refuse to listen to. With you being whacked like a basic bitch. You barely pulling audience, trying to party with rap guardians, calling us like I wanna collab. Pardon me, I'm a part of them. And honestly, if you bother me, I'm nodding out. Cause I'm sleeping on the mixtape you tried handing out. So vanish now. You're lacking assets that come with this professional sound and musicianship. Listen, bitch, 10 years I've been dedicated and never
out the dark with a spark, with my face painted. Oh, you rap, well, so do I. The only difference is I'm raw with the mic. When you copy and paste what you like, and they can tell you I'm not the type. Put a beat on, I'ma fuck you up. Taking this back to the mainstream, back to the main thing. Gotta get a college cut. Bet you wish I slowed it down, but I'll keep on chopping. And up on these rappers and leaving them shook like a saw death off button. You need more in the sounds to kill ya. Why you explain the means of parody? Ha, fuck, ya mean. All I know is kill shit as I leave the scene. Covered in blood of these rappers claiming they shot up like NASA. Green up like playing for Packers. Screaming and scheming like slackers. Where I can't even vouch for you actors, I feel bad. How would you put that dream of yours inside a body bag?
Oh, you right. Oh, you nice. Oh, you spit. Y'all got me laughing at you like, oh, you spit. You swear you sick. Oh, you wanna collab. Y'all got me laughing like. She bad and she know. She bad and she know. She looking for a real nigga, then it's my time. Tell her she bad and she know. She bad and she know. With all this money, see him looking, but they can't find. Tell her she bad and she bad and she bad and she bad. And out of all these model bitches, man, she catching my eye. She bad and she bad and she bad and she bad. I'm stacking money to the ceiling tonight. I'ma make her mine.
That's right, she bad and she know. That's why she grabbing her toes. Ayo, she happened to pose right when I was rapping the flow. I almost stumbled my words when I took a look at them curves. That's when she proved she was a pro, when she moved that shit in reverse. After that, she gazed up on stage and I saw she was singing my songs. I really gotta say that I was amazed that this bitch was keeping along. Then I took a hit of the weed. That's right, I puffed on the blunt. She was writing hands reach, so I passed it down to the front. I said she bad and she won't just be happy with smoke. Cause she wanna grab me and hope that a bitch could just have me alone. I'm not believing my eyes. Is it just a demon's disguise? Quit with the reasons of why not to dick this breezy tonight. Now as I finished my set, I seen she gave me a wink. Yo, this chick is making me sweat, so I think she's leaving with me. Before I got off the stage, I dropped the mic, good night folks. Then down the steps and to the left was the same broad from my show. Let's go.
Let's go. She bad and she know. She looking for a real nigga, then it's my time. Tell her she bad and she know. She bad and she know. With all this money, see him looking, but they can't find. Tell her she bad and she bad and she bad and she bad. And out of all these model bitches, man, she catching my eye. She bad and she bad and she bad and she bad. I'm stacking money to the ceiling tonight. I'ma make it right.
Now put your hands through the roof. Everybody turn it up, don't press mute. This bitch is hot like a lit fuse, and she don't wanna talk about her issues. I really can't remember her name, but the city of Denver she claims. Like a red hot ember in flames, she's set in the center of dames. When she got to popping her hips, my jaw just dropped like an LP. I really gotta say that I was amazed at how she rocked with the beat. She's like an angel on earth, except she's famous to flirt. It's almost a shame that when she came, I gotta go away and leave her, because she bad and she know. And that's the most dangerous thing. She ain't gonna trick me to wipe it and then try to come and take half from me. A bad bitch is my problem, and I don't know what to do. I gotta give it all of my might before I give in to you. Philosophical concepts. You're looking at the president of rap. Better keep a grip on your lady, cause hey, she ain't that attached. I said she bad and she know. That's why she grabbing her toes. And yo, she happened to pose right when I was rapping the flow. Let's go.
She bad and she know. She bad and she know. She looking for a real nigga, then it's my time. Tell her she bad and she know. She bad and she know. With all this money, see him looking, but they can't find. Tell her she bad and she bad and she bad and she bad. And out of all these model bitches, man, she catching my eye. She bad and she bad and she bad and she bad. I'm stacking money to the ceiling tonight. I'ma make her mine. She bad and she bad and she bad and she bad. And out of all these model bitches, man, she catching my eye. She bad and she bad and she bad and she bad. I'm stacking money to the ceiling tonight. I'ma make her mine. She bad and she bad and she bad and she bad. And out of all these model bitches, man, she catching my eye. She bad and she bad and she bad and she bad. I'm stacking money to the ceiling tonight. I'ma make her mine.
Yo, this is your boy Sick of the Bomb Squad Clique, and you're listening to Uncovering the Underground with that killer Skippy Ickle on Speaker Podcast Radio, keeping it 100% underground all the time.
Just bullshit this whole time. Oh my god. Smoke blunt, I don't give a fuck. Black sludge, building in my love. Stay alive, easier said than done. Fuck life, I'm gonna die. till my nose bleed. Sip coke till I'm OD. I'm a motherfucker in the nosebleed. Smoking dope where they won't see. Smoke blunts, I don't give a fuck. Black sludge, building in my lungs. Stay alive, easier said than done. Fuck life, I'm gonna die young. I just like making it more fun. Damn right, I do this stuff for none. That's tight, but shit make you look dumb. Sneeze white with a little bit of blood. Consume time, I do what I want. Rest right, swishing in my cup. When it makes it right, I put it up. I take flight, and the land I never come. I know whether to right, press my tempo to a gun. I don't really wanna feel like I'm like I'm lying tough. Don't do it. With a drum, it's like I'm the chosen one. I'm trying to join the 27 club. Coke till my nose bleeds. Sip coke till I'm OD. But a motherfucker in the nosebleed. Smoking dope where they won't see. I'ma do coke till my nose bleeds. Sip coke till I'm OD. I'm a motherfucker in the nosebleed. Smoking dope where they won't see. Smoke blunts, I don't give a fuck. Black sludge, building in my lungs. Stay alive, easier said than done. Straight up, fuck life, I'm gonna die young. I just like making it more fun. Damn right, I do this stuff for none. That tight, but shit make you for done. Sneeze white with a little bit of blood. Consume tight, I do what I want. Rest right, swishing in my cup. When it makes it right, like put it up. I take flight like down the land I never come. I don't know whether to right or rest my tempo to a gun. I don't know what I'm fighting, I feel like I'm not getting done. When it's like I'm the chosen one. I'm trying to join the 27 club. Here I come, 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 here I come.
I was pretty like, man, I wonder what he's gonna say about this. What's Dan gonna think?
I love you, now love me too. I've been watching you for a long time, girly. Hello, chicky chick, it's time. Let me bend you over and put my dick in your behind. Black candles, scented like cinnamon. To get you all in the mood, pretty corpse grip handles. Cause you're a couple more pounds. I'm hellbound, but we can put together now when I die. One day, but for now, eat the booty like pie, even though your lights out. Dig you out, pull your panties to the side. Put my dick in your dead vagina and fill you on the inside. Hentai on the television, so I'm fucking your dead body with tentacles and masturbating. Busting and moving my hips, pumping my dick in your dead pussy lips. Yeah, it feels so good. I love you. The feel in my chest. I love you. Tingling in my dick. I love you. Got my hands on your breast. Yeah. Your vagina's so cold, but I can warm it up. Yeah, with a lighter or two, and then I put it in and we start to fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I see you, but you don't see me. I love you.
Dead body
I play with your hair. 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 Nobody can love you the way that I do. I love you.
Dead body
I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I see you, but you don't see me. I love you.
Dead body
I play with your hair. 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 Nobody can love you the way that I do. I love you.
Dead body
It's that dead body love, and you know I'm a super freak between the sheets, busting skeets, making dead pussies leak. Oh no, the body's starting to turn. I'm ripping up her guts when I serve her with this word. I'm a sick man, a necro fucking philiac, leaving dead bitches jaws full of this nutsack. Amen. Please say a prayer for me. I turn into a different entity when I smoke this drink. I blaze. So now we pick a body, dig the bitch up to make sure that she's a hottie. She got that little body that makes me The only time I see is when I spark up this blunt. So here we go. Time to light it up. So spark up this blunt so I can kill this fucking cunt.
I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I see you, but you don't see me. I love you.
Dead body
I play with your hair. 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 Nobody can love you the way that I do. I love you.
Dead body
I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I see you, but you don't see me. I love you.
Dead body
I play with your hair. 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 Nobody can love you the way that I do. I love you.
Dead body love.
Betet fattade. Betet fattade.
Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. What's the question to mine? Ain't no funny to the plea, treat the bloody scene. Now stand back in the face of me. The first to my is the hand of the light. Bleeding the skin from my fries and stuff. And feeling every for one that you put to place. I'm amused by my tendency to always be a waste. Trash bags exposed without a trace. Used and abused like a bit of that grace. All love when I'm dead, no place when I'm here. Die young from the game, ain't nothing I fear. And nothing I fear, and nothing I fear, and nothing I fear. Reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. God can't save us. None will be over. Black, but I never look back. Look at me, lies make hack. Now step foot back as a slam and go bleeding till it can't open. Position of which face out, never get home. No, we all fall down. We all fall down. We all fall down. We all fall down. Vertical crucifix. I'll say the lambs. River fluid looses out. Don't get the ground. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. Very one polished back, stick a sun down my eyes, roll back and drop heavy sun that rain pour. The ravens fall, it blood all falls apart. I see the red door. Wrap around 6 times like a 7, but no slip bronze. Fun great to stage, go for 9, 7 times with no more age. With the animals that lock the cage. Lemons situated on the wall in the days. The magnets got me twisted off. The city's been the lipstick off. I fall back, but you can't catch me. I'm falling to the earth. 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 Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch. Can't reverse, no hurts. Spotters disperse my curse. When I step out, all I see is black birds. I'm in love with the dog, no tricks. Burning at the stage like a Salem witch.
Don't say I can't have it.
Nah, don't do that.
'Cause that just makes me want it more. Number one status. I gotta do the damn time before. Don't be mad at me when I get it. You gon' be mad at me when I get it done. Don't be mad.
Got me stretching for the greatest. I wanna be Nas and AZ, they was major. This is classic, I ain't think about the paper. Too much money in the majors. I'm too humble, I just wanna make classics. Have a cold following that rivals all the masses. I don't wanna be A. He lost himself, sold his soul, fuck the wealth. Chicago needed him. Shy kids believed in him. What he do, he out there deceiving them. That nigga's a snake, a black nigga is a house nigga. Guess that's what he about, nigga. If that's fame, I don't really need it. The industry got me heated. He wasn't great, I can't believe it.
Don't say I can't have it, 'cause that just makes me want it more. Number one status. I gotta do the damn time before. Don't be mad at me when I get it. You gon' be mad at me when I get it done.
Yeah.
Don't be mad.
Rock him, Daddy Kane, LL, rock bells, memorized verses early on, this shit was worth it. Studied Wu-Tang, Raekwon's flow was perfect, but Ghost was a favorite. You can hear it in my voice, love Mob Deep, fan of the Beastie Boys. Those cats was mad wow, to live Kweli, most deaf rocking crowds, dreaming of that dream life. That's why he made the beat, yo, it seems right. This lifestyle seemed perfect, so I got to working. Pen and a pad, flip my style, write a verse a while. Classy flow, I write my shit down in cursive now. Try to take the curses out, but that ain't working out. Promote the track so they can shoot it down. Figure what I'm doing now. I guess I'm too thought-provoking. Got me chilling on the beat, catch his hook, steady coasting.
Don't say I can't have it, 'cause that just makes me want it more. Number one status. I gotta do the damn time before. Don't be mad at me when I get it. You gon' be mad at me when I get it done. Don't be mad.
Tupac, Biggie Smalls was the greatest until I heard Big L. I wish he could've made it. Couldn't survive being famous, or was his legacy lifestyle or the rich and dangerous? We'll never know. Digging in the crates, Fat Joe had a raw flow. Now he wanna make hits. I miss Flo Joe. I hate he on that Khaled shit. What happened, Cartagena? This a fan, not a diss. And this fan breed this shit. Deep cover on that punch shit. Fuck the sales. To me, Terror Squad run shit. Now it's time for me to make it. But the game ain't on the same shit. Now they rockin' purses and some makeup. Bars don't mean a thing. Half these cats will get ate up. So instead of rocking mics, I'm chilling at a job just waiting on a pay stub.
That just makes me want it more. Number one status. I gotta do the damn time before. Don't be mad at me when I get it. You gon' be mad at me when I get it done. Don't be mad.
You gotta rise up through the darkness, rise up, if you're heartless, rise up through the struggles, if you're tired and departed, rise up in the streets, rise up to your feet, rise up to the glory that was given through the prophet, rise up in the darkness, rise up, if you're heartless, rise up through the struggle, if you're tired and departed, rise up in the streets, rise up to your feet, rise up to the glory that was given through the prophet, rise up. I thought I was stopping, but really was projected to go right through my lyrics, was tempted to see my essence, and so you tried to kill me with demons who found that I had the key, opened the strings to found that I had the essence in me. I had to open my eyes to find that life was a lie. I couldn't stop the moon, and soon I thought of chosen to die. But living inside this rain, but driven inside this life, and driving me insane. You can't take knowing this pain. Yeah, you gotta rise up through the darkness, rise up if you're hopeless, rise up through the struggles if you're tired and departed, rise up in the streets, rise up to your feet, rise up to the glory that was given through the prophet, rise up in the darkness, rise up if you're heartless, rise up through the struggle if you're tired and departed, rise up in the streets, rise up to your feet, rise up to the glory that was given through the prophet, rise up back at the choices that I was given today. Woke up in my mind surrounded by darkness, so I decided to pray. I tried to kill the destruction to find the torture my soul. I taking children and lovers, now taking families home. I couldn't take it to break it about my brother is gone. But looking for grace and Lord forgive me, started writing this song. Within these lyrics I opened up and found protected embrace. So through my music, saw my face, we gotta rise up. Rise up through the darkness, rise up, if you're heartless, rise up through the struggles, if you're tired and departed, rise up in the streets, rise up to your feet, rise up to the glory glory that was given through the prophet. Rise up in the darkness, rise up. And if you're heartless, rise up through the struggle. If you're tired and departed, rise up in the streets, rise up to your feet, rise up to the glory that was given through the prophet. Rise up.
Yeah. Loose logic. Nah. Yeah.
Mind of a god, got my hand in the pawns. I've been racing to find what I've had all along. It's the path I belong on. Passion was long gone. Till I look back for the past to move on from. Some misery still pitting me. I don't understand what I had till it bit of me. Had an epiphany, feeling like I see in my head on the guillotine. Giant like a Philistine. Oh, neck out like a hole when she knelt down. And blow till the breath out. Going to be left out. But the pressure won't take over me. Now home and you're fresh out. Entertainers, I'm doing numbers. Y'all taking pay cuts. I can arrange it like Ursula giving high fives. Y'all getting ate up. I'm going through stages. Start to the finish, it's hard to diminish this king. My God, I sparked that change. Pause for a minute, this stuff is an image. You not gonna get it, we not the same. Turn it for a minute and get it bigger than y'all. Y'all don't wanna listen, you slipping when they involved. This is not a provision, I'm packing nothing but raw. And these bitches keep the lips on the skin of the sack of my bones. And I ain't wanting nothing but to be the boss. But it's coming at a cost that I don't wanna be involved in. What's it take to be the king, the witch is called drawn? It's turning, you winning, this fight's a stretch like you Armstrong. Cause I don't want another moment, just the one I'm in. You can't imagine what I'm going through, my holy cleanse of hope is fading, but I know what I can hold against. All of my grip, keep calling it, just efface me till I won't resist. Strive for the light, but the darkness keeps me shackled to chains, no, it don't come easy. But trapped in this pain since the rents can see me. I don't think you get it, it never been so intriguing. To myself, but to others I am. I've been through so much shit, I can fertilize land. Any proof that exists isn't turning my hand, cause I'm all checked up like I'm wearing a plaid. I ain't like that was off top, ain't no bad for. That's a rough draft like a sandstorm. Rough draft like a Vietnam War vet that got drafted during a protest. Back to the point, got a little off topic. I don't really wanna when I'm eating with the bosses. Each punch is a mob hit, press and catch bodies like a stage job during a mosh pit. I'm sitting down with the devil of a drink, while they gamble liver souls, and we all are just a piece of an elegant chessboard. Till it get left for dead, black and white, it don't matter, we all bleed. Throw a beat on, let me zone out. All my stress goes away when the music's up loud. As death, I'm afraid, but I need a way out, cause I'm trying to get paid. Are you feeling me now? But I'm just grateful every moment I'm alive. Drinking liquor till my liver's tapping out so it survives. If you feeling any different, I bet pain is your disguise. Every day's a fucking blessing, any moment you could die. Cause I don't want another moment, just the one I'm in. You can't imagine what I'm going through, my holy cleanse of hope is fading, but I know what I can hold against. All of my grip, keep calling it, just efface me till I won't resist. While I'm feeling sentimental, wait a minute, I can go without considering what has been. Feeding my go, won't give in to the madness that'll never float. So I'm killing all the masses like shooting at the pole. Ice cold at the bar with the best beaver, while you getting drug out like a meth dealer. But the ass and curves, maybe a tap for sure. Yeah, I'm stuffing that shit like a taxidermist, hold up. Let's take a second while. I think we need a moment to reflect on what we're rapping now. See, this is ignorant focal point in this race shit. Cause tunnel vision ultimately just ends in a train wreck. That's the very thing that the media wants. Believing every lie while they treat us like punks. Every minute to survive, better see the signs come. Or to just pawn us off and they treat us like scum. Got a chick, then I lick and take the proof and y'all get lost in the crowd like you've been waddled. Can't handle the booze, no you cannot follow. Like Button when he battled Harlow, which was all planned. Cause I can't get no better without risk taking. It's often that I'm taught that there's no love lost. I just misplaced it. Treat your opinions like some spare change and just save it. Embrace the good with the bad when y'all would just trade it. Cause I don't want another moment, just the one I'm in. You can't imagine what I'm going through, my only glimpse of hope is fading, but I know what I can hold again. It's all in my grip, keep calling it, just evade me till I won't resist.
That's right. Fuck 'em. Loose Lodge.
Yo, 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 this is your motherfucking Uncle Ruthless Rob, and you're listening to Uncovering the Underground with Skippy Ipcom, bitch. Brought to you by Spreaker Podcast Radio, bringing you nothing but that underground shit, motherfucker.
It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo. It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo.
I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck.
I got my first tattoo at the age of 15. Now I'm all tatted up and spitting these 16s. It's like a sick dream when I'm feeling for ink. It's my goddamn body, I don't care what y'all think. I'm addicted to the electric burn. At night I can't sleep, I toss and turn. I want another one, I guess I'll never learn. I keep it dirty like an earthworm, no concern for anything. Just give me that needle, got me looking all evil cause I don't like people. I see you with your tramp stamp, yeah that's cute. That'll be the bullseye for the load I shoot. Route 666, yeah I'm headed for hell. In a damn hand basket, I might as well get a new tattoo, one's never enough. New kid on the block and I got the right stuff.
It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo. It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo.
I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck.
I'm a walking piece of artwork, blood, sweat, and tears, and countless hours of this hard work. My arms hurt, but it's a price to pay to make fools look twice when I walk they way. Please walk away. I got nothing to say except eat shit and die. Put it on replay. I stay with the outcast, low down criminals. A tattoo to me is like a ritual, an individual with something to say. I let my tattoos do the talking, and hey, every single one's a story, very observatory. Severely feeling sore, no guts, no glory. It's hard to ignore me walking down the street, white trash with tattoos, feeling like a freak on a leash. Come with me, yeah, follow the leader, and we can all get tatted up and rock wife beaters.
It's Friday, call my dude and get a new tattoo. It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo.
I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck.
I can't hide these scars forever in my skin, embedded in my body, and golly, I can't pretend to be somebody that I'm not. Yo, I got so many tattoos. How many? Bitch, a lot, yo, I lost count, and I just can't stop. My dick gets hard when I see the ink drop. Whatever, motherfucker, pain is pleasure. I pray every night that things get better. The pressure of my stress levels, dancing with the devil, got me plotting on my next one. Get it together is what they telling me, but I don't pay him no attention. Artistic expression covers my complexion. Did I mention my collection is extensive and impressive? Aggressively expensive, but it helps with my depression. Here's a lesson I can show you all about the rough shit. Sit and take it like a man, you little punk ass bitch.
It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo. It's Friday night, I got nothing to do except call my dude and get a new tattoo.
I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck. I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, I'm tatted up, and don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Bounce, motherfucker.
Ribs are cracked, chest wide open, alone in the dark, and you always hoping for this to be the day that you get to jump up. Losing by the flesh and throwing up. You've been dead 3 weeks by now. Another punk kid, nobody yet found. Restricted, been known to fucking raise the dead. Now get your ass up and nod your head. Tell the reaper you ain't ready. Bitch, get bent. I was never invited. I was always the outcast, freaking all black in the back of the class, staring at the T-strings as the bitches walk past. I don't care if you think you know me. I ain't the same kid from back in the day. Even back when I was thinking about ways how to spill your brains and bloody the hallways. I'm right where I need to be right now. After all this shit, I survived somehow. Storming the underground, rocking the mic. This wicked shit, homie, this is my life. Pass me the axe, I'ma swing it back. Keep chopping at your chest, split your body in half. Spill your guts out your ass. You can't raise the pants, watch your life in your eyes. It's world face black.
Down with the madhouse, not giving a fuck now. Bounce, jump, bounce, jump. If you here with us tonight, you forget your city life. And bounce, jump, bounce, jump. If you know what we about, slap a hater in the mouth. And bounce, jump, bounce, jump. When you dragging you a body, you just up the body count. And bounce, jump, bounce, jump.
Never would've thought it would've come to this, so I'm making up my mind and chose the sickest, wicked, and restricted. Make them jump and lose their mind. I'm sick of waiting on the side, out the room and making moves, latching on your leg and spitting blood up in the vocal booth. I'm floating in and making it rumble. I smash the glass on the ground, then I pour up a double. I'm trouble. My hand around your mouth and keeping it muffled. I'm jumping up and down on your head like a monkey in the jungle. We're making move to the sound of the beast, you know we're killing it. I know you hear us when we stomp our feet, it's madhouse all in unison. Moving all in space and time, down and up is how we shine. Reaching up and watch me climb, I make them jump just one more time.
Down with the madhouse, not giving a fuck now. Bounce, jump, bounce, jump. If you here with us tonight, you forget your city life. And bounce, jump, bounce, jump. If you know what we about, slap a hater in the mouth. And bounce, jump, bounce, jump. When you dragging you a body, you just up the body count. And bounce, jump, bounce, jump.
I'm elevated, so stop if you hate it. I'm waiting and thanking the heights that we reaching. Let the sound just lift you. There ain't no ground to go back to. Oh no, then take a look around you. Just like that, the whole world, it just left you. This time I'ma make you pop. Jumping in, give me what you got. Everyone, I'ma make them jump. Hit your ass that we won't stop.
Somebody take me away about this place before I go insane. I'm about to blow my brains from out my skull onto the wall, and in the stain you'll see my pain. This world has left me broken, hoping that one day you all will hear the words that I have spoken. I feel as if I'm choking, paying for this path I've chosen. Every time I close my eyes, I see the face of the chest I open. Chest I open. Chest I open. Chest I open. Chest I open.
Yeah. Oh. Laying on my bed, looking at the sky, contemplating why I'm feeling like I'd rather die. If there's any reason that I found to stay within this life, it's gotta be my daughter. Gotta never leave a fucking side. Word is born. I go to war for her and all that. This is real, this is nothing that you all rap. If you touch it, then I guarantee it's all bad. Cause I snap back, so I ain't talking about a ball cap. Fucker, y'all just suckers and I'm harboring souls. My approach is the same as Dr. Marvin Monroe. Sharp therapy and swearing we are not even close. David Carradine couldn't hang if I showed in the pros. Got a bitch that's insane, so she got my vote. Similar to these, that's the way she got on the pole. Drinking liquor like it's water and I'm out of control. The Mona Lisa wouldn't smile if she looked at my soul.
Feeling like there's no shame running through these cold veins. Can't feel my soul, I'm out of touch and feel no pain. And I've been thinking that I'm ready to die. No big deal. Can't leave, I still got plenty of life. I can't be killed. There's no shame running through these cold veins. Can't feel my soul, I'm out of touch and feel no pain. And I've been thinking that I'm ready to die. No big deal. Can't leave, I still got plenty of life. You'll never kill me.
But I'm feeling like I'm guilty. No rest is the best that I will be. I got demons that progress while I'm welting. So my death will invest in it well-being. No stress, I'll impress if it kills me. Chop the screw, that's the style that I will bring. Homicidal necrophilia. Fulfill me, bitch. Cause I'm fucking killing the way you ever rebelled. And after going against me, no defense, you can see what's still it. And you know it can't be understand that you perceive the jealous. But you won't offend me, no, not any rapper has a skeleton. So they break fast like cheating during Ramadan. When I perform my book, magic like the Necronomicon. Ripping at the flows, yes, you know that it goes on and on. Kevin Gates on stage, I kick it for the audio.
Feeling like there's no shame running through these cold veins. Can't feel my soul, I'm out of touch and feel no pain. And I've been thinking that I'm ready to die. No big deal. Can't leave, I still got plenty of life. I can't be killed.
But I'm feeling like I'm at the point. I'll either snap, go crazy, or mass destroy. This ain't a sham, so don't blame if I act annoyed. If you question what I rap and try to match the source, trying to get spins like breakers on harbor floors. It's hard when you couldn't write a check for sliding doors. You can see I get spins like a laundromat. I believe I'm sicker than a hypochondriac. Yeah, your bitch clean and I'm calling it good. Pots all on my balls cause she polishing wood. Think I could if I want, but it's misunderstood. Leave blood on the walls like recording was shook. I'm depressed to the point that I can't just chill or relax, but goddamn it, I need beef in my life cause I'm famished. Plus I came to purge like bulimics at the smashing on a full stomach. But I swear the answer is I'm a bad egg like ovarian cancer. Frankenstein on a beat race creating a master. Remix beautiful people like Marilyn Manson. It's alive when I'm screaming while I'm tearing up these raps. And I'm flashing bitches like Barry Allen in the sack. And I got your bitch nude, hippie hugging my tree trunk. For you should be a little like a fucking Ewok.
Feeling like there's no shame running through these cold veins. Can't feel my soul, I'm out of touch and feel no pain. And I've been thinking that I'm ready to die. No big deal. Can't leave, I still got plenty of life. I can't be killed. Like there's no shame running through these cold veins. Can't feel my soul, I'm out of touch and feel no pain. And I've been thinking that I'm ready to die. No big deal. Can't leave, I still got plenty of life. You'll never kill me.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Uncovering the Underground Spreaker Podcast Radio Show. I am your host, Skippy Ickham of Brutal Business Entertainment, and we're glad to have you listening tonight. If you are listening in, hit the share button, share it around on your social media platforms, and help get us a little extra buzz. Helps the show get bigger and helps us do bigger and better things. We got a great show planned for you guys this evening, a lot of great announcements and upcoming events and news, as well as an in-depth interview with Morbid Sikosis, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania rap artist. So, coming up, we got a lot of good shows. May 18th, Toledo, Ohio, Blast in the Glass. Skippy Ickham, Ghost the Demented, Demo Demon will be traveling out to Toledo, Ohio to put on for a show out that way. So if you are in that region or area, please stop in. Go to Facebook and search Blast in the Glass. Also got several shows coming up over the summer, as well as several car events, car shows in West Virginia and Morgantown. So be looking out for those on the Brutal Business Entertainment page. We are sponsoring those events. DJ GWK will be at those events, spinning on the ones and twos. Got several wrestling events coming up. We do have one coming up in early May, so make sure you're checking that out. It is May 11th, and that is in Elmore, West Virginia. Ghost the Demented is running that side of the Brutal Business Entertainment empire, doing the wrestling events out there. So if you are a wrestling fan, check those out. And then check out www.teambrutalbusiness.com. Again, that's www.teambrutalbusiness.com. That'll give you all updated news and info on everything that we're doing as a team, from photography and modeling, music, booking and marketing, to the wrestling, to the radio show and beyond. I want to give a shout out to Tattooed Scumbag Apparel. Go to www.tattooedscumbag.com. They got shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, socks, sweatpants, and so much more. Been a great clothing company, showing me a lot of love and support. I've been showing it back to them. You can catch me rocking their gear a lot of times, because if you're a tattoo scumbag like me, you'll love it. Go to their site, type in BBE5, and it'll give you 5% off of your order. So, I'm going to get ready to jump into the interview tonight. I'm very excited to have a good friend of mine on the show, a fellow Brutal Business Entertainment label mate, brother, and someone that I just am happy to have on the show tonight and be able to kick it with and get to learn a little bit more about. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and get into his bio. From the slums of Washington, Pennsylvania, and the gutters of Pittsburgh, he arose to the top of the muck, the geek and the menace, who is well known as Morbid Sikosis, pronounced Sick-osis. Stuffed to promote the short film he just did, Stevie Stone in Mad Child Show, is coming up. So we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about the film that he just recently put out and a couple of the other shows that he's going to be on with us here in Brutal Business. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome my good friend and my brother, Morbid Sikosis.
What up, y'all?
What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
Chilling. How you been?
Oh, not bad, man. Staying busy, staying, positive, getting things done.
Got that
How's
hamster
things been
running?
lately, man? What's new?
And, same old. Grind. Work.
I feel you there, man. It's all I do anymore, I feel like.
Other than that, though, been recording some things. Got the Brutal Business mixtape coming up. That Anthems from the Asylum.
Absolutely. If you're listening in, Anthems of the Asylum will be dropping sometime at the end of June, and we are very excited to put that out as a label. This is going to be an exclusive track from each of the artists on Brutal Business Entertainment that you can only find on that mixtape. We will be selling physicals, and we will have, the audio version on the computer through iTunes and different things that we'll be uploading. So make sure you're checking out that when it drops.
Definitely. You definitely want to peep that, y'all.
Yeah, definitely some good tracks on it. I mean, some of the stuff that I know that's already being worked on by the team that's going into it's going to be phenomenal. So it's going to be a really good mixed album of so much different types of hip-hop and hardcore, underground metal, and just everything involved into it. And I'm very excited to get this out to the masses.
Definitely. And then I also been working on some collabs with EKC, and I think there's one with Trouble in Lyrizone that I gotta record here tomorrow.
That's what's up. The team's getting it in, and that's what I like. If you're listening out there, folks, we have a lot of collaboration ideas coming up with different songs and a project coming up for later in the year that we'll speak more about a little closer to time. But a lot of work being done not only by each individual team member, but a lot of the team as a whole together. So just an intense amount of music coming your way over the next year.
That, and I got something a little taste of what I've been working on for my personal project. That we'll get into that later.
Absolutely. I'm excited to air the song tonight. If you're listening, ladies and gentlemen, we got a sneak peek of something brand new for you a little bit later on this evening. So without wasting too much time, why don't you tell us a little bit about you? If I was a first time listener listening in right now, tell us, kind of how you came about, as far as music, what shaped you into who you are today, and give us a little bit of background on how you came up with the name and ultimately became the artist that you are.
All right. Yeah, well, I pretty much listen to all different types of music, and when I say that, I actually mean that. There's a lot of people that'll say they listen to all types of music, and they really don't. Like, they'll exclude genres just because they don't like that genre. But I listen to all types of music. So, like, you can hear me listening to NWA one day and The Doors or Jimi Hendrix the next day. Like, or the Temptations or something. Not even the Temptations. I'll go older with the Drifters. Like, I listen to a lot of different music just because there's a lot of different grooves that move me.
It makes sense. I mean, that's the same for me. I listen, I'm also someone who listens to pretty much everything. I mean, there's certain genres of music I don't necessarily care for as much as others, but I still like at least something from every style and genre out there. And it's important.
Yeah.
It helps well round you as an artist and keep you kind of grounded and helps you have more ideas and feelings towards your own projects and music that you put out.
Exactly.
Don't limit yourself, people. If you're writing music out there, let your mind be open to anything. It doesn't matter if it's necessarily what you're into or what you like. You might write a part that's not necessarily your normal bag, but it might be exactly what you need to put into your music. When you set limits for yourself, you're limiting yourself.
Yeah, just
man,
like
looking forward to the new jam tonight. Why don't you tell us, like I said, just how you came about?
with the name in the music. In high school, pretty much, me and my friends listened to a lot of hip hop and a lot of metal. And then we also we listen to some other stuff too, but we listen to a lot of hip hop and a lot of metal. So we figured instead of making like rap metal, let's make something that's like the Jeet Kune Do of genres. It's liquid, like it can form into anything that it wants to be. It doesn't have to just be in one particular guideline or genre.
Well, and that's good because, like I said, if you limit yourself, you limit yourself, and you're not doing that. You let it flow. You let it come as it needs to come. Because sometimes when you're writing a song, you have a direction for that song, and it ends up ultimately taking a completely different path and ending up as something completely different than what you originally imagined it to be when you started taking on the concept of writing that song to that beat.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like the music, I try to make music in any way that I can, in any form, because like some people, they'll just write to a beat, or you know what I mean, or they'll come up with a beat and then start writing to it. Sometimes I'll go against the grain and have the beat made around my vocals.
I like that myself.
Which that's a harder route to go sometimes, because sometimes things don't come out the way you actually heard it in your head, but sometimes you might make a diamond.
No, I've been a victim of that myself. You know, where it didn't come out at all how I originally planned it, but it turned out to be an amazing song. But it definitely took a different direction than I thought from the get go.
Oh yeah, I like shit like that.
Yeah, it makes it work. There's a lot of times. In fact, I actually prefer to write without a beat and then kind of create it around it, or find a beat from, one of the producers that I fuck with out there that fits what it is. And if I have to alter my lyrics a little bit, so be it. But sometimes the best stuff I've written has been stuff that I've actually, wrote completely in my own head and then fit it to a beat.
Yeah.
I don't like the confines of a beat writing to it, because then you're limited to how you want to write it. But if you write it and then fit it to the beat, I feel like you can fit it in differently than you would have originally wrote it, if that makes sense.
Hell yeah. No, I came up with the track that I did in a more metal form, Geo's theme. I came up with that playing my bass. And then one day whenever I was playing it on my bass, I was laying in my bed and started coming up with lyrics. And I was like, okay. So, like, one of the first times I actually performed that song while playing bass at the same time.
Okay.
It kind of sucked, but no, it was all right on my part. It's just some people weren't feeling it, so that part kind of sucked about it. But, I experimented with different things musically, so it was a fun journey for me when I did it. But then I ended up playing that same chord on the keyboard and did like a whole little freestyle thing with the same melody, but it was done in like a more hip hop form. That's some old shit that probably no one's ever heard, but I have it somewhere on disc. So we might make that happen one day.
Never know what the future holds, man. You can always go back and redo something and put it out,
Oh yeah. The name though, that's a story in itself, which is pretty cool, because now I get to tell some stories after listening to you do some other interviews and people telling their stories.
Absolutely. Let us know.
Well, we were in high school, and I was Slipknot had just came out, so I was listening to them pretty heavy. And I had on my book bag their name in whiteout, but then I colored in every other letter to where it ended up spelling out sicko for the one color, SIKO. And I don't know, just kept, I drew like something in art class to where I cut out a circle and it looked like a drum skin for the bass drum. And I wrote sicko in it. and it looked pretty cool. A couple months later, we were already messing around with a band. We were trying to come up with fucking names. Like we called ourselves some dumb shit like Oreo Reverse. That was one of the first two things, because I started out as like almost an actual band, but then ended up just being two people. But yeah, we were kicking it, throwing around names and shit, and that shit was butt. And then like a year or two later, because we still was doing shit trying to come up with names, but we were trying to get good at playing guitar and bass. And we fucking were at a friend's house, and he was playing drums, which is pretty cool because we're still in contact with him, and we always make sure he gets a new piece of merch because he helped come up with the name.
Okay.
And yeah, we were jamming with him. I was on bass. Old bandmate he was on guitar, and my homie Big Rob, he was sitting there playing drums. And he was like, we should come up with a fucking name. And he was like, out of all three of us, we're all pretty fucking morbid, so why don't we toss that in there as something to maybe start off a name with, or end the name with. And we were sitting there bullshitting, thinking, smoking some bud, chilling, and a couple names came out. It just didn't sound right. Sounded like some Morbid Angel ripoff shit. So, and I just looked at my book bag and I was like, why don't we just add something on to the end of this, and it might sound pretty cool, like in SIS, so where it's like a disease or something. And then all three of us said it out loud, and it sounded right. And we just went on from there.
It's funny how it all comes together, though, sometimes. I know I told my story a few weeks back to someone. I don't even remember who it was. And it's just funny. It comes together the way it's supposed to come together, and you know when it feels right. You know, you're just like, all right, that feels good.
Yeah.
And then you make history with it.
Yeah, you get a feeling, and it's like, yeah, right there. That's it.
Absolutely.
Scratch right there. That's the spot.
That's the spot, absolutely. So, with you telling us that we got some new jams coming out that we're going to be hearing, one of them tonight. Is there an album that you're writing right now, a mixtape, an EP? What do we got going on there?
Finishing off an EP and starting an album. I got about 1.5 songs for the EP, and then I think I got 2 songs started for the album.
Okay, so you got a little bit of both. You're working on both at the same time, and nothing wrong with that. Is that something you normally do? You try to work on more than one project at a time, or are you someone that normally sticks to one song start through finish? Because I know a lot of us do it, a lot different than one another.
It depends on the circumstances, what's going on in life. Because sometimes, I'll start a beat from scratch to where fucking I won't even know what I'm actually working with until maybe the third time messing with it.
Takes me a little bit as well. It's funny because sometimes I'll listen to a song and I'll just listen to it over and over and over and over again until I finish that song start to finish. I won't work on anything else. And then there's times where I'll take on 2 or 3 at the same time and jump between them and write different parts because I need to be working on something different because they got me stuck and I don't want to be working on it over and over again because it's frustrating. So I work on 2 or 3 things and end up writing 2 or 3 good songs, but I do them all at the same time, whereas other times it has to be that one song. I can't focus on anything else but that song, and it's like the beat almost whispers to you and tells you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's okay to work on other ones at the same time, or, hey, you need to focus just on me right now. It's like as soon as you start working with that beat, it's like you're communicating with the beat back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some beats stockpiled because like I like that I recently got, and I was like, damn, that beat's fucking fire. And I was like, I can't work on that right now because I'm working on some other shit because I got to work on that by itself.
Yeah. Sometimes you just hear it and you're like, okay, I got to save you for a little bit.
Yeah, you got to spend the right time on it. It's like cooking a certain type of meal. Like you can't cook ham the same way you cook fucking chicken.
Exactly. Everything's got its own recipe and its own method of having to do it for it to be correct. So you got to let it take its course.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you, because it just made me think of something. Have you ever had a beat that just was killer? You heard it and you're like, oh my God, listen to that beat. But no matter how hard you tried to write to it, you just couldn't write to it?
I have beats that I made that I cannot fucking write to. I'm like, I gotta find somebody to. I got a beat right now. I've been searching for a couple of years for someone to just rap on it because I made it and it's tight and I just can't write to it. Though.
There's nothing wrong with that because there's a lot of beats that I love, that I listen to, that I think are killer. And I know they say, a true MC can rap to anything, and that's cool. I could probably rap to it and sound like a dumbass, but I'm saying truly rap to it and crush it. There's a lot of beats that I listen to that I'm like, wow, that's an amazing beat, but I personally, I can't write anything to that. I don't even know where to begin, or I don't even care to. I just love the beat.
Yeah.
Like I own probably 30 beats that are amazing beats that could be crushed that I'll probably never rap to just because I don't fit to it.
You know, there's
stockpile.
There's some like those, and then there's some that's like, man, it sounds so pristine. I don't want to shit on it. I don't want to fuck it up or anything.
Yeah, or you can't do it justice, and that's my problem. Is I can write to it, but there's a lot of them I start spitting to, and I'm like, no. I'm like, everything I'm writing's trash to this. I can't tarnish this beat with the garbage that I'm going out with right now.
Yeah, and
like,
those ones you don't even want anyone. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
And those ones you don't even want anyone to.
You still there? Ladies and gentlemen, we might have lost Morbid for a little bit. Let me try to see if I can get him back. I heard it kind of cut off there for a second, so I was thinking we probably lost him. Let me see. Can you hear me? What we'll do, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to go to a quick break real quick. We're going to go ahead and play Name Withheld, Break You, here on Uncovering the Underground. We'll be back in just a moment.
Crawling through your window, crawling through your window, I'm crawling through your window, crawling through your window, I'm crawling through your window, crawling through your window, I'm crawling through your window, crawling through your window, I'm crawling through your window, crawling through your window, I'm crawling through your window, crawling through your window, I'm crawling through your window, crawling through your window, I'm crawling through your window, crawling through your window, I'm crawling through your window as you're sleeping tight. I'm the bogeyman, come to life, the mask of bloody shape in the night. Place my hand on your mouth, the other strikes your face. I won't leave a mark, but you best believe my rage will leave a trace. Coming undone, your clothes are gone, what you gonna do now, I ask? Begging for help, your words are noise that lose their value fast. Better keep it down, I'm not the one, I don't give a fuck what your boyfriend has. Beg at my feet, you filthy bitch, and open up that ass. Right here to treasure, right at you. Leave you broken down like the feeble little insect that you are. Stop me, I make use of you. Just to taunt you now, I let you feel me, violate you with these scars. Cry me a river and take it. Like a good girl, your compliance is a must to make it far. Stop me, defeat me, control me. What's the matter, doll? You didn't know that this moment was ours. Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Just close those eyes and believe that you're safe, my dear. Trust in my words, but beware, I am the one you fear.
bring shall release all the things you hide. Play my game and obey the way of the name or die. Locking all the doorways when you try to flee. Not a good idea, I'm death in the flesh and I feast on misery. Tie your hands to your legs and now you'll never leave. I'm loving the noise you make when you fight with me and struggle to breathe. Hit you again, the bruises rise, your beautiful skin is split. Fear in your eyes, I hold them open and fill them with my spit. Feeling my breath on your neck as I force myself to decide your dried up slit. So crying for help won't save you now and only get you hit. Break you or make you berate you. Smother out your hope and leave you empty and dying inside. No one is coming for you. Just to taunt you now, I let you loose and cut free all the ties that bind. Defiled and beaten today. Leave from trauma blessed upon your flesh until your mind is open wide. The last thing that you hear before you meet the bag and get the number you're assigned. Just close those eyes and believe that you're safe, my dear. Trust in my words, but beware, I am the one you fear. This pain I bring shall release all the things you hide. Play my game and obey the way of the name or die.
And we're back on Uncovering the Underground. I'm your host, Skippy Ickham of Brutal Business Entertainment, and we had a little bit of a malfunction there on the call. We lost Morbid, but we have him back now with us. So we are back on our interview as normal. We appreciate you, sticking around for us out there. That was Name Withheld, Break You, that we played during the break there. So Break You by Name Withheld. And you still with us there, homie?
Yep.
We got you back. Perfect. So, what were we talking about right as we got cut off there?
Yeah, I forget.
It's all right. We can start fresh. So,
I know what we were talking about. We were talking about how some beats are so pristine that you don't want to go on it, and you don't want anyone else to mess it up either.
that's the case, and I was saying, that there's times I write a song and I'm like, nope, I won't do it. That's garbage. And I said some people might be surprised to hear you talk about your own music like that and say, oh, yeah, my shit's trash. No, I don't mean it's actually trash, but it's not up to par with the beat that you're working to, and if it isn't up to par, I won't release it. So if you try over and over again, and you're like, you know what, I love this beat, but I just can't do this beat justice, and I'm not going to ruin it like that.
Yeah.
If you respect the beat. Some people wouldn't care and just put out trash over top of it, and it'd be badass beat with a shit ass track, which is 95% of the stuff that they put out now.
Pretty much. I mean, there's still some
sick beat, you're good.
There's still some folk out there that'll come out and ride a beat the right way, have the lyrical capacity, and it'd be a good track. It's just you just don't hear it all like that because the trash is getting polluted to the eardrums.
Oh, absolutely. Complete eardrum sludge. So, who is your favorite artist out right now?
Out right
I don't mean
now.
favorite artist of all time, but I'm saying someone that's newer. It can be anybody within the last couple of years that you're like, that's my shit.
I fucks with Yellow Wolf pretty deep.
Okay.
I heard of I heard of Kevin Gates before, but I never listened to his music, and I started listening to his music recently to have something new, find a little muse somewhere, and the beats is dope, and he got some subjects that he talks about that's wild, and it's like right up my listening alley.
He does have some definite off the fucking wall out of the box songs.
I checked out this guy Kid Buki because he had did a song with Corey Taylor of Slipknot.
Yeah, I heard that track, and it's dope track, man.
Yeah, I liked it.
Out of nowhere too. Like I just woke up one morning, I was getting ready for work. I looked at my phone, and there was like some announcement thing that I get from Slipknot because I've always been a huge fan. It came up and it popped up on my phone. It said Corey Taylor puts out rap track with, and it named this other kid, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I thought it was a joke at first, and I clicked on it. And I'm sorry to be narrow-minded like that, but I seen it, and I'm like, okay, Slipknot and rap. I'm like, what? Corey Taylor? What the fuck am I seeing?
Yeah, that's why I clicked on it. I was like,
I thought someone did like a cover.
At first I was thinking maybe they had a snippet of him, like a sample of him in the song or something, and then no, it was a full verse, and I was like, dope.
Exactly. That's what I thought it was going to be too, and then when it came on, he actually had a whole section and verse. I was like, oh wow, okay, and it was actually a really good song. If you haven't heard it, folks, I would definitely check it out. I don't know the name of it. Morbid, you know the name of it?
No, but I'm pretty sure if you search Kid Buki and Corey Taylor, it'll pop right up.
Kid Buki. Okay, I couldn't remember the other guy's name. Okay. Yeah, check it out. It's definitely a cool thing to put through your ear hole. What about favorite old school artist of all time? Like what is your shit that it's been around for the test of time? That's just one of your favorite artists.
That's hard. That is real hard. It's like a collective.
throw me the top 5
for hip hop only.
Yeah, we're only talking hip hop right now.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah, no, isn't that a tough one? I'd have a hard time doing that myself. I'm glad I'm the one giving the questions and not answering them.
I'm gonna have to go with. This is just a random top 5. I'm just throwing some out there because it's hard to even make a top 5. Shit. Damn.
Stumped.
That's a fucked up question.
He is stumped, ladies and gentlemen. He has no words.
I'm gonna go with this: A Tribe Called Quest, The Roots, Fugees, Esham, and Brother Lynch Hung.
That's a very wide variety of hip hop sounds.
Damn, I'm gonna have to make it 6. Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay, that's a hell of a That definitely gives you a lot of different sounds of hip hop, all very dope. You can't really go wrong with anyone named on that list. That is a tough choice to pick. I don't know where I would go with mine because there's a lot of stuff that I listen to that I don't know anybody else that even listens to, but it's some of my favorite shit ever that would make my top 5 or top 6. And most people be like, I never even heard of that. I'm like, yeah, I listen to some fucking way weird shit. But no, definitely a killer top 6 in this case.
Yeah, and we're not going to confirm that as my top 6 either, because that's just names I threw out right off the bat.
Nope, you're locked in now forever. Now, so I was talking to someone the other day on an interview outside of the radio. I'm just picking another artist's brain, and I also put this up on my Facebook, I think either yesterday or today. And the question was, what is the one thing that it doesn't have to be just with music, but in life, what is the one thing that you've done, that you're glad that you've done, that you would never do it again?
One thing that I've done that I'm glad that I've done.
Yeah, you
that I'll
don't feel
never.
bad that you've done it, but you'd certainly never do it again.
Huh. Hmm. That's a good question. Shit.
I aim to
Let me-
please, folks. I aim to please. If you're listening out there, you can leave us a comment on the Spreaker Podcast Radio app and website. There is a comment chat site on there that you can actually talk to us in real time through that chat. So if you're listening out there, feel free to jump on, leave your answers to these questions. We always want you to be interactive on these shows. Drop us what's your favorite thing that you, or not favorite thing, but what is the one thing that you've done you're glad you've done, but you would never do again. Drop those comments and we'll respond to them and read them out loud.
Shit. Yeah, that's a great question for real. That's a question.
While you're thinking to answer that, Danny from Sick Fist left us a comment and it says, "It's Stuck in My Ways" from Kid Buki featuring Corey Taylor. So if you're listening out there and want to check that song out, it's called "Stuck in My Ways" by Kid Buki and Corey Taylor. So what you got for us?
Oh, shit. Damn, that is a tough one. That I'll never do again. I'll probably have to go with trip on acid.
Enjoyed it, but would never do it again.
Yeah.
All right. That is his answer, ladies and gentlemen. What is yours? We got several. Ooh, we got a couple coming in right now. Jay Simmons said, "Never get married again." We got Megan Evans said, "My ex." So we got people not so happy with their past partners in life. That's the one thing that they enjoyed. They enjoyed that person, which I can understand. You cherish the moments you had with that person when it was good, but fuck them. You never want to be with them again. And I can get that. I've had some great partners in life that, I enjoyed being with, that we had a great connection, but you know what? It wasn't fucking right, so better off without you. Go do your thing. I'll do mine. And it all works out for you.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any answers for that question? Please leave us a comment on the comments section, or you can leave us a comment on the Facebook post of this show, and we'll maybe read them next show or something like that, because I think that's a good question we can bring back show after show, because a lot of people are going to have a completely different answer to that and a story behind it.
Hell yeah. That's a dope-ass question.
Absolutely. No, it is definitely something that gets the mind working. Because there's so many things that I've done throughout life that I probably wouldn't do again. But I enjoyed, and we all learn lessons from. So keep that in your head. Let us know this show or next show, which is in 2 weeks. Next show we got SKX on this, Uncovering the Underground Podcast Radio Show, and we look forward to kicking with him and talking to him. And we've got some other great artists coming up as well. So make sure you hit that share button and share us around.
Yeah.
Now, Morbid, I asked a question on my last couple shows, and I want to get your take on it. Would you rather fight 100 beaver-sized horses or one horse-sized beaver?
I remember hearing this question.
Absolutely. I think it's important to know.
I went with it each way a couple different times that you asked it. And I think this time I'm going to go with the horse-sized beaver.
And what would your tactic be to defeat such a beast?
Being that it's bigger than me, my speed, I'll use my speed to make him dizzy or something, or I'll use my speed to get to them to penetrate them with sharp objects, so that way it'll die.
I mean, I'm just wondering, how fast is a beaver? Because I mean, you don't really see beavers that often. When you see it, it doesn't really run. It usually like gets by water and it jumps into water, or it like scurries off real quick and it's gone. You don't get to see its full speed potential. So, how fast is a beaver? And if a beaver was the size of a horse, how fast could it be? Now, try saying that 4 times fast, ladies and gentlemen. That is a true tongue twister. But no, I don't know. That's a tough question. I guess probably the same. I don't think I'd want to fight 100 horse-sized beavers or 100 beaver-sized horses.
Hell no, because since they're smaller, they have to be faster. You know what I mean?
They're gonna stand.
They're already fast as a big ass fucking horse. But yeah, the beaver, I think it's got some quickness to it.
Well, we got a comment here that says the horse beaver won't just fuck you up. He's gonna make you get reconstructed. All right, absolutely. I don't know, yeah, because you got to think though, beaver-sized horse or horse-sized beaver. That's confusing to say. The horse-sized beaver would be pretty dangerous with the teeth.
Yeah, because
there's
really
avoid the mouth region.
To where you only got 2 teeth to worry about with the horse-sized beaver. You could probably knock them out with a rock, or at least chip them or something.
Yeah, you definitely would have to come up with a plan pretty quick.
Something.
Now it makes me
I'd run in circles around its ass real quick.
You could do
You're not
it.
gonna
Once
get
again,
me
I think
that
it's probably pretty slow, but who's to say? I mean, we need to get some beavers and race them.
Yeah, the annual BBE beaver race.
That's it. If you have a beaver out there, come and race it. And then we're back. I think we lost ourselves there for a moment. Morbid, you still there?
I hope so.
All right, cool. Yeah, we lost internet connection for a quick second. It looked like signal went down
Yeah,
for a moment.
on my part.
What's that?
Yeah, it just said that on my part. I was like, oh.
Okay, looks like I think we're back now. Everything should be restored. That brings me to my next question.
We'll hold that beaver race in Beaver County.
What about Beaver County?
I said we'll hold that beaver race in Beaver County.
Absolutely, we could do that. Beaver racing in Beaver. So like I said, if you have a beaver out there, come and race it. Don't misinterpret that, folks. I truly mean if you have a beaver, like a pet beaver.
Well trained.
Well trained. Anyways, as I was asking you, what animal do you think would rule the animal kingdom if an animal were, intelligent enough to take over? If this was the end of the world, an animal kingdom rose up, which would be the ultimate leader of the animal kingdom and why?
I'm gonna have to go with the ape.
And why is that?
Well, 1, Planet of the Apes, but 2, fucking I mean, if we're gonna get outran, you know what I mean, because we're already here. So if it's another animal other than human, then it would have to be the ape. They actually can speak sign language and shit. I don't see cats and tigers out there throwing up gang signs.
That is true. And I'll tell you what, they are smart as fuck. Some of the things that I've seen different species of primates be able to do as far as sign language, interpret what we're saying to them and understand it, the walking, the intelligence level, and just the resemblance of primates to human beings is incredible. Definitely think it's one of the most intelligent species of animals out there, and I think they would definitely have a very good chance if there was to be a takeover that they could be the ones that ultimately come out on top just because of their sheer strength and intelligence.
And 3, they got thumbs.
and they got thumbs. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to my point here. Every single show we do have something that gets hashtagged that is the saying of the night, and this one is, and they got thumbs. Now we're going to go ahead and go to a commercial break here, and we are going to play one of Morbid Sikosis songs here, and this first one's going to be called Haze. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this song, and we'll go ahead and kick into it. You still with us? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we lost Morbid, so we're going to go ahead and go to his song anyways. This first one's going to be called Haze. We'll be right back on Uncovering the Underground. If you are listening in, don't go anywhere. We got a lot more show for you to come. We're on until 10:30 tonight, so you still got about 45 minutes of the interview, kicking it together and just having a fun, good time. So if you are listening, hit the share button. Check out this song, Haze by Morbid Sikosis. We'll be right back on Uncovering the Underground.
I blows the cancel out the summer calls on me a green scientist. Smoking that garbage will get your headaches, man. Took some heads to take away the pain. So here, throw your garbage bag away. Chill with G-Thirds, you know I burn to a day. Rasta with the dreads, eyes are looking blown away. I ain't got no child support to pay. Grab some green blunts, munchies, and I'm on my way. Break it up, roll it up, and spark it up. None but silver heads up, that's his to me. With the purplies, thing the steez, to Randy bros, we roll. Large fries with a side of cheese, and we on the road. And look what you know about getting your eyes ready. Split the blunt, spread it. Insert that silver, then the perp. Spark up that fine herb. Tell you on the curb, coughing up a lung. Pop the rose in a bong. Gotta share some of this hell with my moms and my grand raise out low haze. Lemon haze, that silver haze, you know I blew haze. That lemon haze, you know I blew haze. That silver haze, you know I blew haze.
Silver haze, green crack, mix it up and roll it up. Pour whiskey in my cup and roll up the Dutchie in the gauge. Smell when the smoke a couple miles away. I get high for the fucking beat, relaxing in the pain, smoking up in my lungs. I feel the rush now, blow up the smoke and take a puff up on the air and share it with my friends. It's never gonna stop, the weed and the smoke makes the bitches pussy pop when she walks in the door and see the finest drops. Come to a smoke session, we'll teach your thugs a lesson. We don't play no games when it comes to this. We only share with the people around. That's why Mary is my girl, she is my one that understands and always keeps me calm. And most will never understand why we smoking the way we do to the feeling from this plan. We'll change your life for the better. Get up and take a stand.
That purple haze.
We're back on Uncovering the Underground. I am your host, Skippy Ickham of Brutal Business Entertainment, and we have Morbid Sikosis from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania here, a hip-hop artist in Pittsburgh, like I said, and that was his song, Haze. If you like that song, leave us a comment, let us know what you thought about it, And as I've said a couple times throughout the show tonight, make sure you hit the share button and share us around. Please, the more help that you get us, the bigger we get and the more things we can do with the show. And we have a lot of fun stuff planned coming up throughout the year. So tell us what you thought about the song. And got to smoke one for that. So someone left a comment saying that they want to light one up for that song. So that's awesome. Got some fans out there. If you are listening and you haven't checked out Morbid Sikosis, please click on his Facebook page. You can just search the name. You will find him. He has two. One is his page for talking over music and sharing other music. And then one's his artist page. So make sure you like them both and follow everything he has coming out. So tell us a little bit about that song, because we lost you there a little bit before the break, so we just jumped into the song. Tell us how you came about that song and where they can find that song at.
I heard a beat that a buddy of mine had made, and he said he was selling it, so I bought it real quick and had him make another beat for me that I beatboxed for him, which turned out to be the song Smut Butt.
Okay.
But that song right there, I was young. I didn't even have kids yet to have a kid or child support to pay.
Okay.
But yeah, I just wrote how I felt when the song hit me, and I was supposed to actually do that song with a couple other artists. It was supposed to be another artist, and I never got contact back from. I actually lost complete contact with that person. So I ended up trying to get another artist on it, and then we never ended up working on it, or they got too busy, and by the time that they got around to it, they thought it was too late to send something back. Then another artist around the same time that I felt it was taking too long for them to send something back, I got in contact with another artist to get on. They actually wrote to it, but never got a chance to record it, and it was taking too long. And I ended up talking with
I think we lost you again. For some reason, ladies and gentlemen, we've been having a lot of technical difficulties tonight, and we apologize. Sometimes the connection, unfortunately, just isn't the best because it's all done through Skype using the Spreaker Podcast radio show. And sometimes, unfortunately, with it being an internet connection, we do have some trouble with that. So if you're listening out there, we apologize for any inconvenience that this is causing at the current time. We're going to try to bring him back on the show as we speak, and we'll have him right back on in just a moment.
Yep.
And I think we have him right there. And go ahead and continue right with what you were saying, my man.
All right, yeah. I got in contact with Gimpy of Legally Insane. I don't know if they're still together or not, but I asked him if he would have a decent turnaround for it, because the EP that I've been working on, I actually started working on it with two other people as a group, and now it's just me. But we'll get into that later if we got the time. But yeah, Gimpy said he'll send it back to me in 2 weeks. About 2 weeks later, I got an email from him, and then whenever I got a chance to, I went into the studio and meshed his verse in with my verse and finished off the hook. And that's that. I like smoking weed, not just because of the euphoria effect, but because of the medical capabilities of it. I used to have seizures as a kid.
It's very beneficial on the epileptic, I can't talk tonight, side of things. It definitely has some major results from what I've seen and read for anybody suffering from that. So completely understandable.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that begs a very good question. What is a proper amount of time from the time you hire an artist on a song, whether you're paying them or someone that is just going to be on the song with you, but there's seriousness behind it, and you say, hey, I want to have you on the song as a collaboration, whether paid or not. can you get this done for me? What do you think is a just amount of time for that artist to take the song, write to it, record to it, get it back to you, while knowing that they probably have other projects and things happening at the same time? What do you feel is a proper amount of time? I'm just curious. And if you're out there, whether you're an artist or not, what would you think? What do you think is a proper amount of time whenever you get an artist on a song for him to write that song, record that song, and get it back for a project?
Coming from myself, if I'm doing something for someone else, if there's no actual deadline for it, I'd say about a month or two. That way, if I am doing something else, I have time to actually work on it and put time into it instead of rushing it. I don't want to hand people rushed material. But if there's a deadline, which normally puts a rush on things, I professionally rush it, but I put the time needed into it to get it done, which whenever I was asked to do a song with Nick Rage for his album, he said, I need most time I can give you is 2 weeks to get it back to me. And I was like, word. But the thing was, he actually had studio time set up so that way it can get recorded where he recorded it. Not only that, but he was making sure his album got done in a timely fashion. With that, he gave me 2 weeks, and I was like, dope, I'll get started on it right now. Hung up the phone, put the beat on, listened to it. It was like, and like, it took about 10 listens to fill it. Not to fill it like because it wasn't a good beat. It was a dope ass beat. I had to calm down because I was like, yeah, this is a dope ass beat. And I had to actually calm down to listen to it to see where I'm gonna land my vocals, and found out I already had something wrote that fit right in. I just had to add a couple more lines to the beginning. Did that, rehearsed it. Excuse me, I'm smoking. I rehearsed it for as much as I could in a day, which sometimes could have been about 50 times. Because if I go into the studio, I don't want to be reading or looking at paper or nothing. I want to go in there and have my mind. So I try to memorize everything before I even go into the studio, to where 2 weeks is an adequate time to get things memorized. If they need it faster than that, hopefully it can get done faster than that. I did a contest for Tech 9 that was a little bit faster than the 2 weeks. But whenever I got a hold of it, I was like, I want to enter this contest. So I started writing to the beat, wrote to it, practiced it as much as I could, had it memorized as much as I could before I went in the studio. I think I didn't have like 2 lines memorized, but by the time I actually recorded a take that felt worth keeping, it was memorized.
Yeah, that's important to go in with it memorized. And I've talked about this on a past show, but I've never written anything down or wrote it down on a piece of paper for purposes of creating a song. I've always created the lyrics in my head and fine-tuned them in my head as if it was on a piece of paper, and then kind of just stitch certain parts of it, like this part stays, it has to go. Let's replace it with this, that stays, this has to go. And would just do it in my head so that whenever I go into the studio, I'm ready to roar, I'm ready to go. And I never understood how someone could be looking at a piece of paper and doing the whole song, because I can't read that damn fast.
Hell no.
If you're solely relying on that piece of paper, you could be in for a hell of a time when you're trying to read like 20. And it depends on how fast you're rapping too. I mean, if you're doing chopper shit, good luck reading.
Yeah, I think that actually would help aid the mumble rap movement.
Yes, well, they'd have to know how to read first before they could do that.
Yeah.
After these,
I mean, if it's their own writing.
What's that?
If it's their own writing, I'm pretty.
Yeah, maybe
if you
then
can't
you'd be able to read it.
It's a problem.
That might be their only chances. If it's their own writing, they might be able to read it. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
So, if you're listening out there, folks, and you are an artist, please feel free to submit your songs to the show. We are listening to different artists from all over the place, you know, whether it's rock, metal, death metal, hip-hop, R&B, techno, grindcore. It doesn't matter what it is, punk, country. If it's underground and it's something that you don't hear on the mainstream media waves, and it's something that's, you know, dope, we're going to put it on the show. So send us, you know, an email at, you know, brutalbusinessent@gmail.com. That's brutalbusinessent@gmail.com, and hit us up. Also, if you have any inquiries, anything you want to see on the show, anything that you want to contact us about, send us an email at that email.
We want that underground shit.
That underground shit. If you are underground, that is us. Brutal Business is the team you want to stick with. We got a lot of artists from all across the United States and also in the UK, and we just have all kinds of things going on right now. So make sure you're checking out, like I said earlier, www.teambrutalbusiness.com, and checking out our stuff. And Jay Simmons had said about that last question, in between 1 to 2 months, because it allows time for little tweaks in everybody's schedules. And that's actually exactly what I was going to say. Depending upon the necessity of how quickly you have to get it back, most of the time, if you hire me for a collab, I'm going to give you 1, maybe 2 months before it's back. And some people might say that's a long time, but you got to understand I'm working on several other projects, the radio show, and many other things going on in life and with work. So for me to be able to have time to properly write you what I feel is a dope song to be released, doing you and me justice, and everything else going on with a conflicting schedule, 1 to 2 months.
Yeah.
If you needed a rush job, then we can talk about that. But for me to be able to like sit everything in life aside to write you a very quick but also banging ass fucking verse, it's probably going to cost a little bit. Just because I don't have the time anymore, unfortunately, to put into it. So I don't do collabs that often, you know, as far as the open public. I do it with team, I do it with other artists that I've been wanting to work with personally, but as far as just random artists hitting me up to collab, it's very few and far between that I take on collabs. When I do, obviously I do charge, and for a rush job that always is a little bit extra. But like I said, if you are interested in having any of the Brutal Business Entertainment artists on one of your songs, hit us up on Brutal Business Entertainment or brutalbusinessent@gmail.com, I should say. And let us know. We can tell you what the prices are to have one of our artists on your next record.
We'll make shit happen.
Making shit happen. Jay Simmons said he is dropping us a track when it's finished. You do that, homie. I'll definitely try to get it on the show, and that'd be awesome. Anybody else listening out there, send us in your music. So, if you had to pick one moment that you feel in your music career that you fucked up, where you're like, you know what, damn, I just made a mistake, whether it be taking a show that you went way out of the area and it was a complete failure and a waste of time, whether it be you got laughed at because you messed up your set and people were kind of joking around, didn't dig your shit, or just any situation. What was the one situation that you realized you're like, damn, I made a mistake by doing this, or this choice really fucked me?
That's I had that answer loaded before that question was even asked.
Let's hear it.
From the beginning, whenever we first started recording as a group, it was just me and Siko. Before my homie Y jumped in and was helping out with the music shit, it was just the two of us, and I should have just did it on my own. Not trying to sound cocky, arrogant, or like a dickhead, but that's some of the feedback.
Sometimes you just got to know that it's a time saver to do it on your own. Honestly, not rely on other people. It's much harder every time you add another name and face to the equation. It's that much more stress and work and time and bickering and bullshit. It definitely complicates the process.
Yeah. No, that was some of the feedback that I was getting from the fans once I actually opened my mind up more and went online and started promoting the music. because I'm from a different era musically, and I should have. My mom says I should have grew up or been alive during like the 60s and 70s because she I don't know, she thinks I'm a hippie, but nah, she's saying that's where my soul probably came from because the way I carry myself and just the way that I did things when I first started doing music. That's how they would do it back in the day. They don't do that shit anymore. They haven't did that shit in years. Now everything's digital. To where, yeah, like in the beginning, I wasn't really hip to going online and promoting. I did all like street promoting and word of mouth, doing house parties and shit like that. But yeah, whenever like some of the fans would like they would either inbox me or tell me in person that I should probably do that by myself because I sound a lot better by myself. But once my homie Y hopped in on some of the tracks, they felt differently. They felt that it should have been me and him and not E. No disrespect towards E on my end, but that's how some of the fans felt. Not all the fans, because some of the fans liked him. Some of them, they felt that the sound would be better without him.
Always going to get mixed reviews on people's sound, or when you have a group, whether they think that a lot of groups you listen to, it's rare you hear a group that you're like, okay, that's a perfect flow. Sometimes you hear a group and you're like, okay, that one definitely stands out more than the other ones, and depending upon how much it can really affect a group, I think.
Yeah, and my reason for saying from the beginning I should have just did it by myself. My reasoning for that is the way that the relationship for the band and friendship with him ended. Like, I mean, I guess we still talk, but not like we used to. It don't seem like we're friends anymore. But
Yeah, the band usually has a way of when it ends, kind of tarnishing or ending the friendship as well.
yeah, I mean, it was the way he did it. It was the night before a show. It was like you could at least do the show for the fans. You just dumped the fans and us, and with not like they were expecting you. Like those were the fans that actually liked him. They was expecting him that night, and we had to go on and let them know he wasn't with us no more. But like his reasoning behind it is more or less why I'm saying that, because it made it feel like a big waste of time with him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can get that. It's upsetting when someone just quits, especially right before a show like that. That's kind of how Syntax ended, unfortunately, which was my group. If you guys are listening out there, if you haven't listened to my group Syntax, you can check that out on our Bandcamp under Brutal Business Entertainment at bandcamp.com. There is a free album called Syntax The Clinic, which was an album between me and another friend of mine. Killer underground horrorcore hardcore album. We unfortunately came to an end a while back due to some differences and things going on in our lives. And yeah, we came out to play our last show knowing it was our last show, and I was the only one that showed up. And I still went on. I performed the entire album. And
I think I was on that show.
What's that?
I think I was on that show. I'm not sure.
No, this one was at this place that we were supposed to. It was the first time we ever played there, and the last. We went there and we were supposed to have played between my own personal set, Syntax set, and a couple other people I had on the show, like 5 hours worth of music. And I only had the first two acts show up, and a couple other people just dropped off the show last minute for no reason. It was actually not a bad little shindig. And
was it at Black Forge Coffee Shop?
No, this was back towards Katanning.
Okay.
But it wasn't at Sidebar. It was at a different venue, and so I end up playing for 2.5 hours straight, and I did a big portion of Skippy Ickham known songs that I do live, and then I'd done me and Lumi the Impaler's parts for Syntax album, and did the entire album. It was 2.5 hours set, and it was fucking brutal, but it turned out okay. Was able to fill in the time that we promised to fill, and did our quota, but yeah, that was kind of how it ended, and that really made me feel differently about the group, the friendship. The friendship ended, and the group's over now, and it's like, well, damn, I'm glad we at least got that great body of music out, but we were great friends, and then boom, done.
Yeah, that shit sucks. I mean, there's only so much you can do on your end, though. Like,
there is sometimes you can't help what other people's got going on in their mind, or the shit that they're doing. So I feel that sometimes you just can't help what other people are gonna do. You can't change their minds, and maybe they don't see it, but you can't be around it.
Yeah, and that was a dope album, by the way.
Thank you, man. It was definitely a dope project. I really enjoyed writing that album with him, and I enjoyed putting it out and performing it several times. It's just, unfortunately, it wasn't in the cards for us to continue. But with that being said, later on this year, we are announcing a nice surprise to the ladies and gents out there that I am teaming up with someone else, which I'm not saying who just yet. And we did form a group, and we will be announcing the name, news of the upcoming project, where you can check us out at, merch, and more coming soon. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled on our site, our Facebook, on all of our social media platforms, and keep listening to the radio show, which airs every other Thursday night, 8 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're soon to actually move to every Thursday, 8 to 10:30. So we will keep you posted on that. Just stick around for some news. And we're going to jump into the second song here, which is Fuck Up Off Me. And why don't you tell us a little bit about this song?
I'm glad you asked. This song, I actually, I wrote a verse just randomly one day, and it left it in my rhyme book. Didn't know what I was going to put it to. That's the first verse of Fuck Up Off Me. The second verse I wrote to the beat, but the beat was actually different. And the original copy of the beat that I had my original vocals on it, and I didn't have the beat by itself, so I had it chopped and remade into what you hear today. But the second verse was wrote to the actual beat, you know what I mean? And the third little half verse was freestyled. So I used 3 different ways to write verses on this song. And yeah, when I say freestyle, it's not like oh, I just memorized it. No, I wrote it in my head, never wrote it down on paper, and memorized it that way because it was just connected to my soul. It was like, I'm never leaving you forever.
That's awesome that you were able to write in 3 different mindsets, 3 different writing styles, all on the same track. That's a very unique way to make a song, and I'm really excited to air this for everybody. So I guess without further ado, we'll go ahead and drop this. This is Fuck Up Off Me by Morbid Sikosis here in Uncovering the Underground. We'll be back in just a moment.
Back up, fuck up off me, 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 back up, fuck up off me. Stand up, get your ass, 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 stand up, get your ass. Silly puffin' on that sticky icky indica. Y'all might laugh cause my style likes trying to whip it up, but listen how I just
morbid and sick it up. Give you babies, cooking eat your babies and smoke another blunt. It'll bless it up. I don't give a fuck, fuck a giving. Whoever gives a fuck, that you best quit it with. Talking that bullshit, cause it will leave you dripping. I'm sipping blood. Them bitch don't think I won't catch a throat from the illa click. G30 blaze a lot of smoke, got a lot of dough. Really ain't got none, cause I'm trying to record a flow. And my house is broke, no water in the pipes or gas in the stove. Ain't got no rings of road, reppin' Dubtown and Pittsburgh, where the illa know. The gutter hoe, mutilated kid and leave him on the side of the road with his dick in his nose. Dubtown family running shit like we from the Grove. So back up, 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 stand up, get your ass, 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 back up, fuck up off me crunk off that Yingling, and I'm about to drop somebody. Don't give a fuck if you know karate. I leave you glad in the bag, and nobody try to stop me. Stand up and get your ass beat. I can tell your jaw is glass, homie. If you gotta get them blast on me, we roll deep like shit, clicking about the mash on your bossy. I'm the ill lyrical, you can't top me. Feeling leaks in the industry like the shit that causes your veins and arteries, capillaries on the mic. You get raped like sadistic Saddam, salami, sodomies. Back it the fuck up off of me. Fuck them with the millers, you get it buried. Leaving crews on mausoleums and cemeteries. Call me Osama, cause I'm instructing motherfuckers to fly planes in the buildings. I'm in mass murder and serial killing. And for them fools thinking they got a plot to try to murder me, try anything and they like it. You not gonna tie your knot, leave your block a fucking murder scene. A fucking murder scene, a fucking murder scene. Back up, 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 stand up, get your ass, 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 stand up, get your ass beat. If you back up off of me, I suggest that you back up off of me. It's best if you back up off of me. I suggest that you back up off of me. It's best if you back up off of me. I suggest that you back up off of me. It's best if you back up off of me. I suggest that you back up off of me. Like Rambo, get up on the damn floor, empty out the pockets of your pants, yo. I'm the type that with you like you do know it's the gamble. I will dodge ramble, leave it mind the shambles. And with my cancerous antics, turn your brains from leg spin to scramble. Damn low, she's a damsel. Keep rambling with your ramble, like an axe you get handled. Storm kicked and trampled. Got tired of the standstill flow coming heavier than 1,000 anvils.
This is Skippy Ickham. This is Uncovering the Underground. That was Fuck Up Off Me by Morbid Sikosis. If you enjoyed that song, drop us a comment or give us a like. Check it out on any of the platforms on social media where you can search Morbid Sikosis. That's Morbid Sikosis. And tell us, the thought pattern of going into that song.
Yeah, that was
you talked a
me.
little bit about it at the beginning, but I mean, what was your ultimate message with that song?
With that song, it was whenever I first actually started to record it back whenever but it was on the original beat. It was just to make a little crunk jump, a little down south feel type of song to pay my homage there. But whenever I actually recorded over the revised beat, which you just heard, the ending part was kind of my my disconnection from the old group.
Okay.
The,
So
like
just kind of the separation.
Like the two original members. Yeah, it was my separation because I said I had freestyled the end part. Well, I did. I changed a couple lyrics at the end freestyle to where it was like the stomp, kicked and trampled, get like an axe, you'll get handled. That was basically my feelings toward the old friendship that just ended.
No, I mean that makes sense. Like we said, previously, there's a lot of tension there whenever a group comes to an end, because you put your heart and soul into the music, into the project, into the time and effort that it takes to be successful or efficient at the music that you make. So whenever someone else doesn't take it as seriously or is fucking up the rhythm or flow of that, it becomes very frustrating, and it's hard to separate the business from the friend at that point, because your friend is doing bad business, so it starts to affect the friendship. And like you said, there's just a point where you have to just separate, back the fuck up off me. And I'm doing my own thing. Like, it's time for me now. I can't be a part of this fuckery. Whether you're still friends with them, whether you like them, whether they were good musicians, it doesn't matter. If it's not clicking right or they're slowing you down, then you have to cut the dead weight and keep moving, because all you're going to do is slow you down.
Yeah. And the separation from my homie Y, who came in later on into the group, ours ended on a different note. It was more he had to do some things for himself to make sure, he was being able to be himself. And I respect that. He was a real dude about it. He came to me. He's like, I gotta do for me for a minute. I can still make music with you in the future under something else, but I gotta go do me, and I respect the fuck out of that.
Yeah, you have to respect that, because he's coming to you and honestly saying, like, hey, I'm not saying I don't want to do this, but I need to take care of me right now, rather than someone who says they want to do it and keeps fucking you.
Yeah, and I'd rather you take care of you than worry about me.
Exactly. Just let me know what you're doing, keep me in the loop, and I'll respect what you're doing. But if you try to blindside me and lie to me and pull the wool over my eyes, fuck me the whole time, then obviously I'm not going to be cool with it. So unfortunately, it's always the other way around. Usually it's very rare that you get in a group and it go bad, or like it separate and you still remain cool with everybody in it. Most of the time it ends badly, just like a relationship. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Especially in like a band. I was in a death metal band for a very long time, and you got 5 individuals all together in one project, having to be at the same practice, writing songs, getting in the vehicle and driving hours on end together, cramped in a small vehicle. I mean, tensions build. And the same person you look as your brother, you want to kill at one moment. The next moment you might love him, but then, there's moments where you're looking at him and you're like, I'm going to choke this dude out. I still love him, but I'm going to choke him out and kick him in the teeth.
Sometimes it be like that, man. But
sometimes it just has to be like that. Now, I don't want to have to jump straight back into a track, but we don't have a whole lot of time here, ladies and gentlemen, before the ending of the show tonight. So Morbid Sikosis did want to present a new song to you guys. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this new song and give it its spotlight feature, and we'll go ahead and drop it for everybody.
All right. Well, it's a rough mix. It's not finished yet. I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of taste of something, because I know y'all want a little bit of taste in your mouth. But without further ado, it's a little upbeat R&B type song that I wrote, and it will be featured on the EP. Check it out.
All right, guys, here it is on Uncovering the Underground. We'll be right back.
I got that story, so please don't laugh. But that shorty got a fat, oh yeah, made me stare as she walked past, and suddenly she stops and asks, what the hell was you looking at? And I was like, yo, I really wanna squeeze it, you should let Hulk smash. Got me gripping and clutching my fat old ass. Shawty got a fat old yeah. Finally she gave me that wax. Want me to hit, I killed it from the back. Got balls deep, gave her cheeks a smack. You know I ran through her like some coca-lass. Ooh, I think I broke her back. And all my homies said it would not happen. But I'm a pro when it comes to those fat old asses. Yeah, she got a fat old ass. Ooh, she got a fat old, fat old. She got a fat old ass. She got a fat old, fat old. She got a fat old ass. She got a fat old, fat old. I got that story, so please don't laugh. Fat old ass. She got a fat old ass. She got a fat old ass. She got a fat old ass. Story, so please don't laugh. Please don't laugh. Whipping and catching my fat old ass. I got that story, so please don't laugh. Ran through a little fat old ass. She got a fat old ass.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Skip Yickham of Brutal Business Entertainment, uncovering the underground Spreaker podcast radio show. We are here tonight with Morbid Sikosis from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, underground hip hop artist, and that was his brand new track, Fat Old Ass. That cracks me the fuck up, brother. I'm glad that you made that. It's Fat Old Wass, people. Fat Old Ass. And that is awesome. How the hell did you come up with that name?
I came up with that because, I mean, I'm a titty man, but I like the even proportion of tits to ass ratio. But there's already a word for big titties, and it's tiggles, tiggle bitties. So I figured I'd make my own word, and I love making my own words because it's very creative. But I came up with Fat Old Wass. And yeah, you guys can make sure you if you use that, you give me the credit because that's now a new slang term.
Don't be swiping his fat old ass, ladies and gentlemen.
If you see a girl with a big booty, say, "Oh, she got a fattle."
That's funny. That's gonna be coined and given to you. That is your new slogan. They got thumbs in fat old wass. Those are the hashtags of the night, ladies and gentlemen. So before we close shop for the evening, I did want to go over a couple things. As we talked about earlier, www.tattooedscumbag.com for all your apparel needs. They are our sponsor. Make sure you check them out. They do have promos going on right now. If you're wondering how you can get discounts, 5, 10, 20% off of your order, please hit us up on brutalbusinessent@gmail.com and I can hook you up with the codes. Check out www.teambrutalbusiness.com for all updates and news as we talked about. If you're in the Toledo, Ohio area, catch us on May 18th. Ghost the Demented, Demo Demon, Skippy Yickham, all playing the Blast in the Glass show. And we have several other events throughout the Pittsburgh and Ohio area throughout the rest of the year. We do have several car shows going on in Morgantown, West Virginia, as well as Elmore, West Virginia. We have 6 more wrestling events before the end of the year. So make sure you are checking all of that out on our website. And, Morbid Sikosis, why don't you tell us, where they can check out your music real quick, what sites you want to push them to, what they can be expecting, as far as the new album coming up, who you want to give your shout-outs to. I'll jump into mine, and then we're going to go ahead and close this out for the night.
Alrighty. For just music by Morbid Sikosis, go to reverbnation.com/Morbid Sikosis. For music and funny posts and some of my acting stuff, you can go to facebook.com/Morbid Sikosis. That's SIKOSIS. And I also got a show with Stevie Stone and Mad Child May 23rd at the Rex Theater. You can hit me up on either of them sites for tickets, $15.
If you're listening out there, hit him up for tickets. It's going to be a dope show in Pittsburgh. Don't miss it. He does have tickets for sale, so please hit him up to purchase those tickets, or any member of Brutal Business Entertainment. We will take care of you and get you to that show. And who would you like to give shout-outs to, my man?
I got to give my first shout-out to my daughter, because she sat through this whole interview and barely made a peep.
Yeah, barely heard.
That is amazing. That is amazing. My second shout-out is to, everybody else out there and, the interwebs. Also, Brutal Business Entertainment, my family. Love y'all.
Thank you, brother. We love you back. We're glad to have you on the team. We're glad to have you on the Uncovering the Underground podcast show tonight. In 2 weeks, you can catch us with SKX from Ohio. We will be interviewing him, finding out who he is behind the scenes, learning a little bit about him as an artist. And once again, that is in 2 weeks. That is on May 2nd. At 8 o'clock, we will have uninterrupted underground music, 9 to 10:30, an interview with him. And then you can catch us 2 weeks later. We will be coming back on the show, interviewing Name Withheld, who you heard earlier tonight on the Music Hour. Or actually during our show when we went to the commercial break due to technical difficulties. That's actually who we played. We'll be having him back on May, as we said, May 16th. And then May 30th, we will have Jade the Nightmare. So make sure you stick around for all these shows coming up. And as I said, we will be soon in June moving to every single week. So we'll be bringing you a lot more shows, bringing you different types of underground music. I'll be bringing a lot more metal bands, rock bands, authors, writers, and just all kinds of different really fun things on the show. So make sure you're sticking around and watching that. We want to shout out to all the fans out there who are listening to us. Hit the share button and spread the show around. Make sure you come out to the concerts and support the underground movement, because the biggest thing you can do is support an underground artist. You are what makes the difference between them maybe pushing on and becoming a great artist, or possibly calling it quits, just by showing a little bit of love and attention to them. Before we cut it off tonight, is there anything else you would like to say, Morbid?
Hey, peace, love, and tranquility to everybody.
Absolutely. You heard the man himself. He just told you. And we love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to us tonight. This is episode 9 of Uncovering the Underground. We will see you on May 2nd. Take care and have a good night.